Integro really talks to the synergy, making a whole of components of Cabernet and Shiraz. I've been thinking about adding Cabernet to the range, but the Barossa Valley, the western side of the Barossa, can make great Cabernet, but not particularly every year. It really talked about a particular vintage and a particular site. So I was looking to Eden Valley. The Barossa is the main region, but comprising the two valleys, Barossa Valley on the west, Eden Valley on the east. But Eden Valley is higher, is cooler, maybe 2 to 3 weeks later ripening, and we use those two to complement each other. In the same vineyard where we source the Annexus Grenache, the old vineyard east of Springton, there was some old Cabernet as well. So I thought, well, if I could source some of that, there was an opportunity to produce a Cabernet wine. So in 2017, which will be the first release vintage, we also thought that for the balance of the palate, we just needed a small addition of Shiraz, and that's where the Cabernet Shiraz blend came to be born. The structural side of the Barossa Valley and the aromatics and vibrance and acidity of Eden Valley, and they're a great fall for each other. People talk about the great Australian red being the Cabernet Shiraz or Shiraz Cabernet, and obviously right back in the Penfolds days, Max Schubert recognised that with not only the Bin 389, wines like the great Bin 60A, which was a blend of Cabernet and Shiraz. We talk about Cabernet Shiraz being the sum of the parts is actually greater than the individual parts in terms of the balance of the wine. People have talked traditionally about maybe a little softness in the middle palate, a little hollowness in the middle palate in straight Cabernet, and Shiraz being a little richer and plusher fills that gap nicely, so the two work together beautifully.